If you're stepping on a scale every day, waiting for that number to drop and it's just not moving, you're probably thinking, am I even losing the weight? Well, guess what? The number on the scale doesn't tell the whole story. In fact, if you are stuck in this cycle, you might actually be making more progress than you think. I'm going to break down why the scale isn't the best measure of your fat loss and show you the science behind it. So stick with me to the end so you can learn all about it. All right, so let's dive right in. No cuts, no edits. Let's just talk. All right. So you've been dieting, working out, doing everything, but the daggone scale just won't budge. All right. Now, if that sounds like you, do not worry. You aren't alone. Happens to us all, especially when we first start our journeys. All right. And also when we get real strategic and we start making serious progress, this always happens to me all the time. All right. I've worked with thousands of people who struggle with this exact thing as well. And it's one of the most frustrating parts of the fitness journey. It is what it is. But here's the truth. The scale isn't the most accurate way to measure fat loss. Now, I know what you're thinking. If the scale tells me how much weight I'm supposed to lose, what's the purpose of it, right? If it's not moving, the scale's not moving, it's supposed to tell me I'm losing weight. What's the purpose? Well, you got to understand that your weight actually includes water weight, muscle mass, and fat. All right. And these things fluctuate all the time. Up, down, up, down. The scale doesn't account for your body composition, which is way more important than just a number. Okay. Now, let's break it down. When you're working out, especially if you're lifting weights, you're building muscle mass. That's the goal. Always the goal when you're touching dumbbells, touching barbells. The goal is building muscle mass. Now, muscle is denser than fat. You have to know that. So as you gain muscle, you actually might be gaining weight. But here's the thing. You're still losing fat. This is where people get confused. They step on the scale, see the number go up, and they think they're not making progress, but they are. You're simply replacing the fat with lean muscle. You got to think of it that way. You are replacing the fat with lean muscle, which is going to improve your physique in the long run. There's actually a study that was published in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research. It actually shows that weight training significantly increases your muscle mass while decreasing your fat mass. So your muscle mass will go up and your fat mass will go down, even if the overall weight doesn't change. In fact, one group of participants who trained for just 8 weeks saw no significant change in the scale weight, but their body fat percentage dropped significantly. So if you're focused on the scale, you're missing the bigger picture. Now, for me, when I started my prep for my 2024 season, I started in November of 2023, and I didn't lose any weight for 4 months. So November, December, January, February, the scale did not move. But the lean mass was definitely staying consistent, and sometimes it was going up, right? So over time, it went up just a little bit within those 4 months, but the scale just stayed the same, and my body fat percentage went down. So I was dropping body fat, but I was maintaining, and I built a little bit of muscle within those 4 months. So it really does happen. And you just got to remove your fixation on the number. And another thing to consider is the water retention. Okay. If you've ever had like a salty meal or hit a new workout, you'll probably notice the scale might go up the next day. That's not fat. It's water retention, especially when you start a new workout routine or clean up your diet. Your body can retain more water as it tries to adjust to those changes. All right. So according to a study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, water retention is one of the major factors that can influence the scale weight. And this can happen in short term. So don't panic if your scale spikes a few days. It's just your body trying to adjust. All right, so what should you focus on if the scale isn't moving? Here are a few things I want you to recommend, or here's a few things I'm going to recommend for you. All right, 3 things I have for you. The first one, I want you to take measurements. Okay. Sometimes when the scale isn't budging, you'll notice your waist, your chest, and your hips are getting smaller. Your face, even. This is much more reliable than fat loss. It is a much more reliable indicator of the fat loss. Okay. Take the measurements. Also, you can track the number two, you can track your progress with photos. Look at me. I record videos. I take photos all the time. And it's not always just to show you guys, give you inspiration and motivation. A lot of times I'm taking myself photos. If you go on my phone, you'll just see a bunch of photos of me just assessing my physique. So I have some good comparisons. Your body composition changes slowly. But by taking regular photos on a daily basis or a weekly basis, you'll see the subtle changes that the scale can't show. The scale just can't show your arms are getting more defined. Your scale can't show that your waist actually is losing inches. The scale won't show all that, okay? So those subtle changes are seen through taking photos. So think about that. And the third thing that you can do is focus on how you feel. Okay. This is one of the major things. So energy levels, your strength in the gym, how your clothes fit, all of these things can be more important, or not can be. Well, yeah, all these things can be more important indicators of progress than that number on that scale. Okay. So again, lose your fixation on the number on the scale and focus on these things here. So just to wrap it up, all right, we've been talking for a while, wrapping it up. I don't want you to let the scale dictate your progress. All right, do not let the scale dictate your progress. Losing weight is about more than just that number on the scale. It's about improving your body composition, boosting your metabolism, and feeling better in your skin. The truth is, even if you're not seeing the scale move, your body fat percentage could be dropping, like I spoke about before. Your muscle mass could be increasing, like I spoke about before, and your overall health could be improving. Those are the main things to be looking out for. I've been researching and training in this fitness and health industry for over 20 years now. Guys, I'm 35 years old, and I can tell you the scale isn't the whole story. Okay, so track your progress with multiple tools, not just the scale. And remember, your body is changing, okay, even when the scale isn't. So keep pushing, stay consistent, and the results will come. All right, appreciate you guys for tuning in. I truly hope that I'll help clear up the confusion just with this simple video right here. I hope you are less confused. But if you are still confused, that is okay. Guys, this quick 10, 15-minute video is not going to solve your problems for the rest of your life, okay? If you're still confused on that scale, it's time to let go of the obsession and just start focusing on real progress. If you found this helpful, I need you to like. I need you to subscribe, comment down below. Let's start talking. And let's just talk about your struggles and your experiences with the scale. Let's start there. Let me know some of your struggles and let's try to fix that. And if you need more guidance, I want you to check out my 5-day quick start. It is the first link in the description box. That right there is going to help you jumpstart your journey. I actually gave you 6 days. I threw in a bonus. Let's keep building those habits and making real changes. All right, let's focus on the things that matter because it's about progress, not perfection. Progress, not perfection. I'm going to catch y'all in the next one.